Auzu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. I start in the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful. I'm Zain.
I'm Hamza. This is Murtaza.
This is the H&Zee show.
H&Zee show.
Right, we're back from a break. So, it's 8 o'clock now. People probably thinking we're starting the show now, Brother Hamza. What's happening?
No, we started earlier today. So, this is a 2-hour special just for Shaban. So, those of you who've missed us, we've talked about lots of things regarding Shaban, the month of Shaban, what it means to us, how you can improve yourself spiritually and gain more nearness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Right, as you all know, we're giving away a fantastic prize this week, £50 gift voucher for www.myshop14.com. If you want a chance of winning that, just pick up the phone and recite something beautiful for us, inshallah. I think we have our caller already.
Okay, shall we take this call? Assalamu alaikum, what's your name and where are you calling from?
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
I'm Hidayat from London. I'm going to read about the Fatima Zahra.
Bismillah.
Bismillah. Please start.
Sayyida ya Fatima, 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 Sayyida ya Tahira, Sayyida ya Marziya, Sayyida ya Raziya, Khair an-Nisa' al-Alamin. Even if Baki is far away, we love to go and visit one day. Even if Baki is far away, we love to go and visit one day. Baby will call us all one day. Yes, she will call us all one day. If not today, but maybe someday. Salli Sayyida ya Fatima, Sayyida ya Tahira, Sayyida ya Marziya, Sayyida ya Raziya, Khair an-Nisa' al-Alamin. Shower upon us blessings like rain. Shower upon us blessings like rain. We want to die in your domain. Shower upon us blessings like rain. We want to die in your domain. Oh Fatima, please call us again. Oh Fatima, please call us again. If not today, but maybe someday. Sayyida ya Fatima, Sayyida ya Tahira, Sayyida ya Marziya, Sayyida ya Raziya, Khair an-Nisa' al-Alamin. Almighty Allah, thanks to Thee, You have chosen us all to be. Almighty Allah, thanks to Thee, You have chosen us all to be the ones who send salams on Nabi, the ones who send salams on Nabi and his holy progeny, and his holy progeny. Salli ala Nabiyyina, salli ala Muhammadin, salli ala Nabiyyina wa alihi wa ashabihi wa alihi wa ashabihi. Salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Thank you so much, Brother Mehdi from London. That was very good.
Fantastic, brother. Before we went on our break, we asked you a quick question, which was, is hadith by Imam Sadiq alayhi salam, in which he says, when someone asked him what are the best two deeds of the holy month of Shaban, and in which the Imam replies, charity and seeking forgiveness. Now, how can we seek forgiveness? Is there a method, or is it just sorry God forgive me of all my sins, that's it?
There's always a method, isn't there? There's always a method. For example, Salat al-Layl would be one of the most excellent examples that happen on a daily basis, where obviously when you pray Salat al-Witr, you read dua, then you ask for 40 people's forgiveness, and then you ask for your own forgiveness, and then you have to read, I think it's 100 times al-Af, which is basically Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the forgiver. So, and generally, I think the main problem is when we ask for forgiveness, how do we ask it? Even after, Salah, for example, you're supposed to ask 70 times for forgiveness in the form of Astaghfirullah Rabbi wa Atubu. And there's also specific amal to do in the month of Sha'ban. I think one of them is Astaghfirullah wa ashaluhu tawbah, is a daily amal. I think it's 70 or 100 times. Obviously, people can refer to du'as.org for
there's loads of different du'as for different days during
exact
the month,
information. But I think the main problem is when we ask for forgiveness, how do we ask? Firstly, we don't even say it properly. We don't say Astaghfirullah Rabbi wa Atubu. We say Astaghfirullah, Astaghfirullah, Astaghfirullah. I'll try to finish as fast as possible, So I think that's one of the main problems, that if you are sincere in your forgiveness, for example, if I wronged yourself or I wronged the brother, and I said to you, I'm sorry, and that's it.
Yes, people
put Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the most merciful, no doubt, but obviously you have to be sincere.
There's no sincerity, obviously.
You have to be sincere, and you have to take your time and make sure that you don't go back to it. Many people ask, how do you know that I was forgiven?
Yeah.
The reason you know that you're forgiven is because you don't go back to that thing. You know you made the mistake, you asked for forgiveness, you repented, and you never look back.
I think that's one of the signs. If you sincerely mean something, you know you're never going to do something like that again. I think that's a very good thing you mentioned. Also, I want to ask something. I know we talked so far, been talking about forgiveness in this month, and obviously all the amals we can do and different things that we can do. I think what I want to know is, and what I'm sure viewers want to know is, what are the small practical things they can do when they wake up in the morning before they go to sleep? Is there any small things they can do throughout the day, or especially when they wake up or before going to bed?
But brother, before he does that, I think we have a caller waiting. Assalamu alaikum. Who's calling? Where are you calling from? Assalamu alaikum. What's your name? Where are you calling from? No, I think the call's been dropped. Yes, brother. Sorry to.
So my question was for those people who joined us just recently, that this whole program we've been talking about Shaban, which is a month of forgiveness, month of mercy. There's so many amals we can do. There's so many activities that we can do. We have students, like Brother Zain mentioned before, that students have got exams. We've got people who got work. So people are busy in their life. What are the small practical things we can do in this month that can obviously bring us near to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and obviously forgive our sins?
Firstly, I think the most practical thing is have that intention to be near Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And like you mentioned, even the intention of fasting in this month is a blessing and is a mercy. I think you ask for small and practical tips. Well, I personally, and I'm sure you individuals, fasting is not exactly a life-breaking situation. It's not really, you would say it's not really a difficult thing to do, or reading 70 times astaghfar during the whole, well, let's say 16 hours or 15 hours or even 12 hours that we're awake, right? It's not exactly a back-breaking thing to do. So I think these are the practical tips, and there's loads of things on du'as.org. When you wake up, you read this du'a, and for example, just generally, throughout the day, there's tasbeehs to do, there's dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that you can do. There's
numerous amounts, brother.
There's so many things to do in the month of Sha'ban. And, obviously if we start listing them, then obviously it'd make this program a bit boring and a bit dull. And that's why, I think in the month of Sha'ban, the way we have to maneuver it is to see it that it is a month of blessing, it is a month of rahmah. And the question is, how are we going to get those things? Is by doing these little things, making sure that we make the adjustments. That, for example, you got 8-hour shift. You know that 1 hour you're going to have a break.
Yeah.
How are you going to use the hour? How do we usually use? We ring, for example, the missus for 15 minutes. Then we ring mom and dad for the other 15 minutes. Then the other half an hour we spend eating and watching something or reading something. Instead of doing that, read, gain knowledge, pray a salah,
10-minute tasbih.
10-minute tasbih. There's so many things you can do. And it's easy, it's not hard. But you know, we choose to take the easier option.
The easier option. And I think another practical advice would be just very simply just stay in wuzu.
Staying in wuzu is definitely one of the best things that you can do, and obviously it leads you to other good things. I think personally what I've experienced is if you wake up 10-15 minutes early than you normally do, read Quran for about 10 minutes before you start your day. I think that's something that's helped me.
Yeah, definitely. Like, you know, there's loads of texts flying around now, you know, finish the Quran in 30 days and this and that. And the reality is, you know, many of us, when it comes to Ramadan, many of us book holidays because we know of how long the fast is hard. You know, end of the day, look, if we wanted to, as a human being, if we want to do something, we can do it. People say 30 days to the Quran, why?
People become doctors, brother. They
Do you
become
understand?
engineers,
Exactly.
degrees.
They can do anything.
We can't.
You
But
can't finish the Quran in 30 days. Wallah, you can finish the Quran in 6 days.
brother, there's a hadith by Imam Sadiq in which he mentions, very strong hadith, in which he mentions, if you want to be one of my followers, you must recite 50 verses of the Quran every day. It takes about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
10 minutes a day reciting the Quran. I think you can recite the Quran full from start to end, at least equates to 3 times a year.
Exactly.
You can recite the Quran if you just recite 50 verses a day. How hard is that?
That was also in the wasiyah to Muhammad Hanafiya. That was also the wasiyah Amir al-Mu'mineen said to him that if you want to have nur on the day of judgment, and you want nur in your face, then read 50 verses of the Quran.
50 verses.
How long is 50? You Surah Rahman, all the verses. Ar-Rahman, 1 verse. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, 1 verse. Ar-Rahman, 1 verse. Allama al-Quran, second. It's such short verses, it's not even difficult.
Read short ones
Exactly.
to start off with.
No one's asking you to read Surah Baqarah, you know, verse 282, where it goes on and on. Nice, mashallah, short verse Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you. And it's not exactly Surah Rahman, it's not hard to memorize either, is it?
I think we have another caller.
Assalamu alaikum, what's your name and where are you calling from? Hello, assalamu alaikum, you live on air. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name, मेरा नाम Mrs. Ahmed है.
जी Mrs. Ahmed, आप कहाँ से कॉल कर रही हैं?
अस्सलामुअलैकुम.
वालेकुम सलाम.
हाँ जी, मैं बेटा बात ये है, मैं कुछ आपको सुनाना चाहती है, आप गौर से सुनो.
जी इंशाल्लाह.
बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम.
जी जी.
बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम. अल्लाह ताला मारेगा, मार के जगावेगा. वादे नाल मारेगा. अल्लाह मेरा वाहद, मोहम्मद मेरा शाहद. कलमा मेरा दीन है, मैं कलमे तो यकीन. कुरान मेरा अमान, कबर मेरी मकान. सुनो रब दी फरिश्तियों, मैं बंदा मुसलमान.
माशाल्लाह.
ओके.
एंड सिस्टर, वो आपका
बस यही सुनानी थी.
मिसेस अहमद, आप कहाँ से कॉल कर रही हैं?
मिसेस अहमद, आप कहाँ से कॉल कर रही हैं?
मैं कॉल कर रही है लेस्टर में.
लेस्टर से.
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आपकी कॉल का.
बहुत शुक्रिया आपकी कॉल का. Yes, brother. Right.
Are we going to add her to the?
Of course, yeah. We just.
Yeah, of course we are. Inshallah, we're going to add everyone in.
But I thought the criteria is qasida.
No, anything. Poem, qasida,
qasida, mankabat, well, anything you want to read.
We have another caller. Assalamu alaikum. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Muhammad Ayyan.
And where are you calling from?
Manchester.
Manchester.
And how old are you?
5.
5, mashallah. And what are you going to recite for us today?
Nadali.
Mashallah. Please start. Bismillah.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad.
Nadali. Yawma Sajjai. وأعوذ بالكفين وايد كله هم وكم سين جلي بيزمتك يا الله بنبوتك يا محمد بولايتك يا
Ali.
يا علي يا علي.
Thank you very much for your call. You know, it's really nice to hear. Look, 5-year-olds reciting Nadir Ali. It's very good to see that the parents out there teaching their kids these little du'as that carry so much reward. And inshallah, may everyone learn that from a very young age. We have another caller, Brother Hamza.
Assalamu alaikum. What's your name and where are you calling from? Hello, assalamu alaikum. You live on air?
Assalamu alaikum. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Momina. I'm calling from Wolverhampton. My name is Momina. I'm calling from Wolverhampton.
Can I please request you to turn down the volume on your TV, please?
Okay.
Thank you. Yes, what are you going to recite for us?
I'm going to cite Arabic.
Inshallah, please do.
Bismillah, Bismillah.
Okay. Shah hast Hussain, Badshah hast Hussain, Deen hast Hussain, Deen Bana hast Hussain, Sayyidada Dastar Yazid Hakka ke Bina ilaha hast Hussain. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad.
Thank you very much for your
Momina,
call.
that was so beautiful. Thank you so much.
Right, I think we're going to come. What were we talking about before?
Was that, is that 4-0 to girls?
4-0
Yes.
to girls. 4-1.
Yeah, 4-1 because we keep.
No, you don't count.
No,
Zain
I'm
counts.
sure someone else
There was
decided.
another brother.
There was a brother.
Oh yeah, Muhammad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
4.
right.
4. Was it 5-1?
We have another call. Let's see if this is a guy. Come on. Assalamu alaikum. Who's calling? Where are you calling from?
Hello, Assalamu alaikum, Ya Ali Madad.
Wa alaikum
Walaikum
salam.
salam.
Shabir wa alaikum salam. Madad.
I'm Zaha calling from Leicester and I want to recite Salawat.
Allahumma
salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Allah mujhe lashkar mein hadith se mila de. Aisa hua ka mera halamin ki sada de. नजरों को मेरी लाल के दीदार बना दे खरदा जो भरा है मेरी आंखों पे उठा दे हादी ज़मा का रुखे फुरनू रो दिखा दे अल्लाह मुझे लश्कर में हदी से मिला दे. Thank you, Khuda Hafiz.
Thank you so much, Khuda Hafiz.
Thank you very much. I think we need to talk a bit about the amals that are very important in this month and carry so much reward. Obviously, it's a month in which your deeds are raised to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's the month in which Allah takes decisions in the matters of your sustenance, your life, your death, your welfare of the people. I mean, as people say, your destiny is written in this month.
Yeah, they say Laylatul Bara'a, the shab of the 15th, or you could argue 14th night, 15th
night.
morning.
Yeah.
That's the day it's all written. Yeah.
So all your deeds are written. It's like a book. It's like your book on all the amals that you've done.
Basically everything. You know that, for example, that's why they say you should spend that night in ibadat or in ibadah, whatever. You know, that sort of time period in that night before the 15th day. That's when basically everything is written. So obviously you need to do those amals on that night. Are probably one of the most important nights, barring Laylatul Qadr.
Yeah, it's the second one.
It's probably one of the most important nights of the whole Islamic calendar.
Yeah, look how much there is. I mean, the amals is very simple, it's not hard. It's recommended to take a ghusl, to stay up all night, pray, do tasbih, ask for repentance, do tawbah, recite Surah Yasin, to recite Dua Kumel, Dua Nutba, and also the ziyarat of Imam Hussain. They say that if you go out in the sky, look to your left, look to your right and recite Assalamu alaikum ya Aba Abdullah, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It's as if you have done the ziyarat of Imam Hussain alayhi salam. Look at that, brother.
And I think in because of this, the day of 12th Imam, people need to, and I think not just people, everybody needs to understand what it means, being when you're waiting for Imam. So leading up to those nights, I think it's a good idea if you can learn a little bit more about what the Imam stood for, what he's going to do, and how you can be part of the system, and how you can gain marifat of the Imam.
But I mean, I've done it myself, brothers. Look, when the nights have come and you do the ghusl and you do your amals, and it takes half an hour, and it's over. But this year, everyone, let's think 15th Shaban's around the corner, it's not far away. when you're when you're carrying out the ghusl, make sure you have that intention in your mind that, look, I'm doing this to ask Allah to forgive me of all my sins. So when you are washing your body, think that I'm washing my sins away today. I'm going to be carrying out my actions, my prayers with full humbleness and sincerity tonight.
And even, you know, you said that, and it just reminded me of Adab al-Salah by Ayatollah Marhum Ayatollah Khomeini. He said very beautifully, I still remember when I first read it, he says that when you raise your hands to say Allahu Akbar, it's like you're leaving this world behind, and everything that you know is forgotten, and the only thing, so it's like pushing everything away.
Wow.
And the only thing in front of you now is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this is the sort of level, you mashallah, you triggered that in my head, and I thought I'd mention that. You know, that's the sort of level we need to reach. These are the months to do it. You know, yeah, you might be able to do it in Muharram, but mashallah, we're so occupied with doing other things. Like, for example, mashallah, crying, which obviously gives us a next darja in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we're doing matam, mashallah, you know, the level of matam is obviously, it's the foundation of Islam as well. But Sha'ban, Rajab and Ramadan is where we can develop that spiritual bond that will heighten that experience of Muharram.
Exactly, they will wash your soul. Use the 2-3 months of cleaning your body from all the sins and start afresh. It'll charge you up for the whole year.
And you know, this month is such a blessing that there's a hadith by Imam Jafar Sadiq salawatullah salamu alayhi. He says, one who desires to be included among the companions of Imam al-Zaman must be a muntazir. Muntazir is what? One who waits. So, and he should be pious and of good behavior. So even if he dies before the reappearance of Imam, he would get the same reward as if he had been with the Imam. Strive and wait if you want to be bestowed with the divine mercy. This is Sha'ban, brothers and sisters.
Wow.
Look at that.
That's so amazing. That just shows the how important this month is, and I think people and everybody, including myself, we should obviously learn more about the Imam and learn more. I know we're all going to do our Amaz. I know we're all going to, read read namaz, do tasbih, fast, inshallah. But also read more about the Imam to understand what
Let's
it
read
means.
more about the lives, yeah.
What it
And
means to
it's
be.
sad as well, don't you think that we only remember the Imam when we need something? It's true, isn't it? Imam, I need this.
When you're having a good time and when life is good, when nothing bad happens to you, you don't think about anybody.
That's what the sad thing is as well. And when the time is of the Zuhur, all the daras are decorated and they invite people, and we get text messages, Jashan, Imam, this Imam, that, this speaker, that speaker. They have to write in the message to invite people, food will be served as well. As if the food is the incentive that we should be going to the mosque to listen to the words of our Imam about their life, about their to listen to the qasidas and the fadail of the Imams. Why is that the incentive or not the love that should be driving us from our homes to the mosques?
Unfortunately, this is the problem in the society today, that we don't think about what we're doing. Effectively, it all starts in the family house as well. It might be a little bit off topic, but I think it's vital that we talk about this as well. That in the family home, we're so inclined to eating takeaway. We always want takeaway. Why? Because it's easier, isn't it?
We don't have to make anything.
We don't have to make it. We don't have to spend. We don't have to make it. And obviously, when you go out, go to other people's houses, mashallah, it's good to eat from their house. But at the same time, sometimes the way you make food, the Bismillah Rahman Rahim, you say, the dhikr that you do before, you say, with the blessing of Fatima Tizar, I make this food to bless my family. You don't get that in takeaway. And sometimes the mosque, we abuse the mosque. And we only go for the food. Yes, niyaz and langar is a blessing, no doubt about it. I'm not saying it's not. But at the same time, we need to continue this blessing. We need to do it in our houses as well. We should invite our brothers, month of mercy. Invite your brothers to your house. Now this is what we need to do.
So it shouldn't only be restricted to Imam Bargas or mosques or anything. We should do the same thing in our house.
Exactly.
Definitely. We have another call. Assalamu alaikum. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
You may have dropped that call.
Oh, inshallah, please ring back. I'm sorry we couldn't take your call there. But yes, brothers, coming back to the Amals, I think we have another caller. Assalamu alaikum, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Assalamu alaikum, Ya Ali Madad. My name is Raji and I'm calling from Luton.
Wa alaikum salam. وعلیکم السلام اللہم صلی علی محمد وعلی محمد
حسین نکھرا ہوا قلندر حسین نکھرا ہوا قلندر حسین بکھرا ہوا سمندر حسین بستے دلوں سے آگے حسین اچھلے دلوں کے اندر حسین سلطان دین و ایمان حسین افکار کا سکندر حسین میدان کا سپاہی حسین دشت انا کا راہی حسین کے گرد پا زمانہ حسین کی ٹھوکروں میں شاہی حسین غیرت کا فیصلہ ہے نہ پوچھ میرا حسین کیا ہے تو اپنے ایک جام پہ نازا ہے ساکیا 14 پلانے والے ہے پرواہ ہے مجھ کو کیا تو اپنے ایک جام پہ نازا ہے ساکیا 14 پلانے والے ہے پرواہ ہے مجھ کو کیا بتلائے دیتا ہوں تجھے میخانوں کا پتہ بخار کا زمانہ خراسان و سامرا خورشید متعا میرا برج شرف میں ہے ایک کربلا میں ایک میرا ساکی نجف میں ہے نعرہ حیدری
یا علی اللہم صلی علی محمد وعلی محمد. Thank you very much for your call.
Inshallah, we know that was a true listener.
And now I think that's put brothers on top now. I think we have more people, you know, just about that this little brother show.
Oh, mashallah, I've got to say, every single person who recited today, their tune has been amazing, the words have been amazing, you've been reciting fantastically. We have another caller, brother.
Assalamu alaikum, what's your name and where are you calling from?
Assalamu alaikum. I'm calling from Newcastle. My name is Zain Hussain.
What's your name again?
Newcastle and your name?
Zain al-Hussain.
Zain al-Hussain.
Yes, and what would you like to recite?
Beautiful name.
Today I would like to recite Ayatul Kursi.
Inshallah.
Bismillah, bismillah.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Allahu la ilaha illa huwa al-hayyul qayyum la ta'khudhuhu sinatun wa la nawm lahu ma fi as-samawati wa ma fi al-ardh من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء وسع كرسيه السماوات وما في الأرض من ذا الذي يشفع عنده بإذنه يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم لا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض ولا يؤوده حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم لا يكره في الدين قد تبين الرشد من الغي فمن يكفر بالطاغوت ويؤمن بالله فقد استمسك بالعروة الوثقى لا انفصام لها والله سميع عليم الله ولي الذين يخرجون من الظلمات إلى النور والذين كفروا أولياءهم الطاغوت إلى الظلمات أولئك أصحاب النار هم فيها خالدون اللهم صل على محمد.
Brother, can I just ask how old you are, please?
I'm 11 years old.
MashaAllah, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Look at that 11-year-old brother inspiring a lot of people out there to remember Ayatul Kursi if you've not remembered that already.
And from Newcastle.
Newcastle is ahead now. We have another caller. Assalamu alaikum. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
MashaAllah.
Assalamualaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Hello.
Hello, what's your name? You're live. What's your name and where are you calling from,
My
please?
name is Hidayat. I'm from London. मैंने ग्रुप 22 सुनानी है
जी जरूर.
मौला हुसैन की शान में सबसे पहले सब मोमिनात को आज के शबान के पूरे महीने की मुबारक हो. सलवात अल्लाह तू हसन सादा हुसैन सादा तू हसन सादा हुसैन सादा ते सादा आबिद सखी भी तू है तू सादा बाके तू सादा जाफे ते काज़िम हक के वली भी तू है रजा तकी ते नकी भी तू है ते निस्बत अस्करी भी तू है. जवार पग दे जे गौर करूं ता जवार पग दे जे गौर करूं ता सादे कीते अली भी तू है. ए रुबाई इमाम ज़माना की शान छे कि ज़हूर जल्दी हजूर थी वे ज़हूर जल्दी हजूर थी वे तेरी अदालत ते राज देखूं ज़हूर जल्दी हजूर थी वे तेरी अदालत ते राज देखूं ए सारी ख्वाहिश है कि तेरे सर पे असा मोहम्मद दा ताज देखूं. सलवात
We've got everything today. We've got qasidas and
Rubais, poetry, English, Urdu. Where's the Iraqi and the Farsi brothers?
I don't think they watch this channel with that. We need to make sure we're getting them in. But I think this is our last caller for today.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum. What's your name and where are you calling from? Hello, assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum
Muhammad
salam.
Khan,
Walaikum
Muhammad
salam.
Zain, and then
Muhammad Nakwi from London.
I
From
want
the
to recite
yes, where are you calling from?
that from Leicester.
From Leicester.
And your name is Muhammad Nakwi, right?
Muhammad Zain.
Takwi.
Nakwi.
Yes, please.
Bismillah, start.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma kalli waliyaka Hajjat ibn al-Hasan salawatuka alayhi wa ala abaihi fi hadhihi as-saat wa fi kulli sa'a waliyan wa hafizan wa qaidan wa nasiran wa dalilan وعينا قد تسكنه الذكرى وتمتعه فيها طويلة برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين.
Allahumma salli ala
Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Thank you very much. That was a brilliant way to take us to a short break. Inshallah, we'll be back in a few minutes, inshallah.